think yesterday, this is Bhajana Rahasya, class number 12. This is October 11th. We heard about Radharani was in Nava Vrindavan, and this yogini form, the yogini Radha. And this is verse 20. This is a series of verses where this is the whole, excuse me, I guess it's verse 21. There's a whole series of verses where Bhaktivinoda Thakur is trying to give us some familiarity or entrance into this whole idea of Mahabhav and love and separation, prema and separation, vipralamba bhav. This comes under a category of the seventh level of bhajan. The seventh level of bhajan, of course, is at the level of prema. It's called prem bhajan. We're at the level where last class we're talking about sadhana bhakti. Now we're talking about prem bhajan. It's quite a major shift. It's like walking along the ground in 1 minute and walking on the moon planet the next minute. So, at any rate, we have to come to prema pumartha mahan. This is the great goal of life. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give everyone Braja Prem. This is our birthright. When we take Diksha, it's called Dvija, second birth. So we've been born not into a material family, but into the family of Gauranga Parivar, called the Gaudiya Vaishnava, the Chuta Gotra. So we are now members of this Sampradaya. We are born into this Sampradaya by virtue of Diksha. And it is our birthright as followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to receive the great gift that he's come to give, which is Braja Prem. Braja Prem will take us to Vipralamba and to Sambhog, to love and separation, love and union. Now, of course, we're separated from Krishna. We want to hear, we know how we know we're separated from Krishna. We're not seeing Krishna, we're not remembering Krishna. But we want to increase our attachment to Krishna, that's for sure. That we have to work on. Somehow or other we have to really increase our attachment to Krishna and our taste for Krishna, somehow or other. And we first approach Krishna through the channel of separation. In this series of verses in Bhajana Rahasya, this is bhajan at the plane of separation. This is the bhajan by the gopis. This is the worship of the gopis worshiping Krishna in separation, intense separation at the level of Mahabhav, Vipralamba Prema. There are 4 types of separation which we described the other day. This Purvarag, Man, Premachitya, Pravasarag, which means residing in a distant place. So this is again, this is a verse about Kurukshetra, where Radha went to Kurukshetra in the form of some yogini, Radha. And she met Krishna in the form of Dwarkadish Krishna. Krishna was not in his original Gopavesh or his original Vrindavan form as Nandanandan. And Radharani was not in her original form as Kirtita Sutta or Vrishabhananandini. They were in different expanded forms. Because Radharani, Vrindavana, Vrityaja, Paramekam Nagachati. Radharani never takes one step out of Vrindavan. And Krishna never takes one step out of Vrindavan. Because Radharani only steps where Krishna steps. And Krishna only steps where Radharani steps. So there, what makes Vrindavan Vrindavan? It's the footsteps of Radha and Krishna. The footprints of Radha and Krishna, they are actually making Vrindavan what it is. The dust of Vrindavan is worshipful because it is full of the footprints of Radha and Krishna and all their wonderful leelas. It's called Leela Bhumi. Prem Bhumi, Leela Bhumi, Chintamani Bhumi, Brajadam, Sridham Vrindavanam. Ram Yakachirupasana Brajabudubir Sridham Vrindavanam. This Sridham Vrindavan is the epitome of bhajan, the final goal, the Paramgati, the greatest destination for the highest form of devotees of the Lord, the Brajapremi Bhaktas. This is text 21 of Satamayam Bhajan. And in here, it's talking about Kurukshetra. The gopis' intense longing to receive Krishna and Braj. This is described in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, 82nd chapter, 48th verse. These chapters of the Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, there are many chapters describing the gopis and Krishna. And generally these chapters are about separation. The gopis being separated from Krishna. Chapter 21, Venu Gita. Gopis are separated from Krishna. Chapter 31, Gopi Gita. The gopis are separated from Krishna. Chapter 35, Yugal Gita. The gopis are separated from Krishna. Chapter 39, Viraha Gita. The gopis are separated from Krishna. Chapter 47, Brahmar Gita. The gopis are separated from Krishna. Chapter 82, gopis and Krishna are together, but they're separated from Krishna, etc. And then the reflection of the gopis' mood of separation is again presented in chapter 90 of the 10th canto, which is called Mahishi Gita. This is describing the queens of Dwarka and their separation from Dwarkadish, which is a reflection of the Mahabharata of the gopis of Braj. Many chapters describing the separation. Why? Why is Krishna giving these chapters in the Bhagavatam? The Bhagavatam is a teaching, it's a book to teach us how to do bhajan, to teach us how to attain Krishna Prema. This Srimad Bhagavatam Amalam Jnanam Prema Pumartamahan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his philosophy is based on the teachings of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And the Bhagavatam is teaching Prema, Raja Prema. So we as sadhakas, there's one phrase in folio, you can look up in folio, Prabhupada's folio, Vipralamba Seva. It's in a purport by Srila Prabhupada, or maybe a lecture, I think it's a purport. He says, we have to cultivate service and separation. This is called Vipralamba Seva. How to cultivate? We cultivate the mood of separation by following those devotees who exhibit the highest form of separation from Krishna. The Braja Gopis, in their love, they're the greatest devotees. They have the most intense and rapturous, intimate, confidential relationship with Krishna and Vrindavan. His divine, eternal Parakya lovers, his Paramar lovers, the Braja Gopis. But at the same time, they have the greatest experience of separation. They have the most intense and confidential erotic union with Krishna of all his devotees. They unify it, they combine with him in a most intimate way than anyone. But they also, in the same way, the Braja Gopis also experience the most intense form of separation from Krishna. Yashoda experiences separation from Krishna. Nanda, the coward boys, experience separation from Krishna. The trees of Vrindavan experience separation from Krishna. The land of Vrindavan experiences separation. The deer, the birds, the peacocks, the parrots, they all experience, the water of the Yamuna experiences separation from Krishna. But not to the extent of the Braja Gopis. So what they teach, if you are the richest man in the world, and if you start teaching classes how to make money, then you should be the best teacher. If you were the poorest man, you became the richest man, and people want to hear from you. Your experience, your realizations, your teachings will be most effective. Gopis are the greatest relishers and experiencers and providers of this Vipralamba Ras for Krishna to savor and experience. And therefore they have come to this world to teach us. These pastimes did not have to be told. These pastimes did not have to be shown. They are not shown anywhere in any Vedic literature except the Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's why Vyasadeva had to sit again to write the Bhagavatam. He compiled the 18 Puranas, then he had to rewrite the Bhagavatam. He wasn't satisfied because he didn't bring out this Vipralamba Bhav and this deep Braja Rasa of the Gopis. He talked about the pastimes of Krishna Vrindavan in the Vishnu Puran, in the Padma Puran, in the Skanda Puran, in so many Purans, and briefly touched. But he was still unhappy because he had to be a mediator. He had to be a intermediator, or rather a medium to teach something that Mahaprabhu came to teach later in a profound way. But the basis for Mahaprabhu's life and teaching is the Srimad Bhagavatam. The tattva, the theory, the basis of Vipralambha experience, and the Mahabhav ecstasies of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are simply displaying in a graphic and Leela way, the pastime way, the teachings of the gopis in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva was despondent, so Narada said, you have not brought out the bhava, the actual essence of the ras of the Vrijvasis. All right, Skanda Pran, you told that there's a rasa dance is that, but you didn't bring out this Vipralambha bhav. And it's a whole plan, of Krishna to show 5,000 years ago this Vipralambha bhav and this Sambhog Prem and this Braja Leela, Braja Prem. Then who came? Radha Krishna came 500 years ago as Mahaprabhu to what? To give Braja Prem. What Braja Prem? The Braja Prem that is taught and shown in the Srimad Bhagavatam and all these Viraha Geets and these Sambhog Geets. Rasa Panchadaya, the 5 chapters of the Rasa dance, 10th canto, chapter 29 through 33. This is Sambhog Leela. They're together, although there's even interwoven with separation in Gopi Geet. These other chapters of separation. So this is a very most important teaching for all of us. So if someone wants to cultivate Vipralambha Seva, then he will study these Gitas of the Bhagavatam.